What's up guys, today's video is sponsored by Cove, and these guys have helped us out a ton in the past. I'm trying to take this opportunity to bust George because he's been singing in the porting room a lot with his Cove headphones.
Hey!
Finally got you. So
hey,
this is actually
in with my Coves on.
I didn't even realize
nice
this.
Cushion right here, so you can't hear nothing from the outside.
That's actually memory foam.
I didn't even hear what you just said. What's he selling? And they're so comfortable. All the other headphones, they hurt my ears, and I got them on all day long. I'm in here, but these right here.
Now, one of the biggest and best things about these Cove headphones is the fact that they're noise canceling. Now, when you're in here porting, it's really, really, really loud. So not only are they, good for that, but they have a built-in mic, and you go ahead and use these things for your Bluetooth.
Yep. As soon as somebody calls, you just swipe, hello.
All right, so you can get about 12 hours up to a single charge on those headphones. Right. And they said about 200 hours on standby, which I didn't even realize that.
I don't even know what that means.
Now, if you guys are in the market for buying some sort of headphone or anything like that, I mean, some of the higher priced ones, I think these are right there at a fraction of the cost.
100%. I love these things.
And I mean,
I'm not just saying that either.
Yeah, I've seen you with them all the time.
Yeah, dude, these things are so comfortable. You can talk on the phone with them. They go really loud, crystal clear. I mean, what more could you ask for, man? If they cook spaghetti for me, then I guess that would be better.
You wouldn't even need a woman at that point.
No.
You guys can also get over 30-foot distance from whatever device that you're using. So Cove is offering a 67% discount. So use that FP67 to get 67% off of these headphones. That is a heck of a deal. All right, so I'm gonna let George get back to porting. I'm gonna show you what we got for you today. We had so much fun with Uncle Sam last time we were at the Freedom Factory, and it did take a small toll. If you guys recall at the end of that video, bumper was dragging on the ground. We kind of pulled out some stuff here. We had a little problem with our Guibo.
The Guibos, yes. We had these bolts in there. I guess we must have just found them day of. You know how that goes. And she got a little bow to her.
All right, and if you don't know what a Guibo is, it's this guy right in here. It is basically the rubber donut that couples the trans 3 bolt flange to the drive shaft. Another one back here, but these guys were fine. Those that were they're a little longer than those, right?
Yeah, and these already we've got them heavy duty grade 8 bolts in there.
So we had an 8/8 bolt in there, and then we ended up having to go to, it's darn near 1,000 pound-feet of torque for you, I guess. I mean, it hasn't had an easy life, but everything else really held up pretty well, but
on the axle.
Forgot about that. So the axle is actually over at dependable drive shaft here. So when we had the tire come apart, it hit the boot and of course kind of exploded grease all over the place as we continued to drive. But the tire carnage kind of hurt the inner fender, but our fuel fill was right here. And when we have the fuel fill, that goes up to, there's basically a little port right there. So that guy was broken.
These don't match anymore. They're supposed to match.
That has a little bit of a shield on it, but we need something vastly more protective than that. Laz, you had mentioned something with the mufflers. There's something that I don't.
Muffler, put it back up right now, and I think we've.
Oh, geez. All right, well, it's
gonna be talkative now.
Our Speed Engineering full exhaust system is held up incredibly good, and we cannot fault them for me putting this in the wall. And of course, I think we should just, put some stronger...
A couple little tacks on there?
It's going to need more than a couple tacks. Yeah, we definitely should tack all that, though, at least. I mean, that's pretty thin, huh?
That's thin, but I think that...
Well, speaking of old Ben...
He's here today. He's doing his thing.
Hey. How you been doing, buddy? Good. We've got old Ben back. He's been busy on the Z3 project. And, dude, that's coming together really wild. And honestly, actually, show me your quick little picture real fast here. This is all totally caged up, vastly different since the last time you guys saw it. But check it out. He's got his own channel now. It's Bayside Fabrication.
Your stuff there.
And look at that. Very similar to how we have the Smart Car set up.
Yeah. It's kind of like a rally, hill climb-ish style. So it's just going to be a fun car for everything.
The seats, yeah. Kind of having to put a little pedestal up there. And
yeah, gotta make some spacers.
So I got another race quip harness right here, and that one is a cam lock. We moved this one over on that side. If we can get a couple things done by Wednesday, we're gonna try and be able to put this thing on the drag strip, really put the wood to it. But there's a lot of work to do between now and then. How you doing, bud?
Now?
These are your tires and wheels, which are exceptionally light, I might add.
They're cheap. They're Honda wheels.
Ooh.
I feel like it won't even go all the way.
We got stud over here.
Wow.
Where my finger is.
Oh man, we were hoping that these were gonna fit. It's just, it's a little bit of trimming.
Who are you? Oh, little.
We were hoping that those would go right on there, but yeah, so that's a 26.8 you said?
Yeah, they're a 255/60 and they measure like 26.8 inches. They're about 27 inches tall when they're blowing up with air. If you go to a 235/60/15, that's a 26-inch tall tire. So you probably have to go to like a 235/50 or a 225/60 to get to that 25.
Now, the thing that we were considering is the fact that we have the smart car wheels, which are over here, which we're gonna check. I think that's a 225, right, Les?
225/50. 225/50? Yeah, it should be like a 24 or 25.4, 25.5-inch tall tire. So
yeah,
we can put that tire on my rim.
That's kind of what we were thinking right there.
Rim, I can pull a tire off real quick and you can just test fit the rim.
Yeah.
If the rim fits, then you can go through the hassle of putting the tires on.
Yeah.
I mean, my car's down right now, so you're more than welcome.
That is greatly appreciated. So
yeah, this is the same tire that I run, just smaller, the AT Street All, and I've been significantly fast on that tire.
I never, ever thought that that was even possible. Like, to be able to pull the wheels on a 225, I thought that's a joke.
It should be close to the same width. It's just going to be shorter overall.
And that's crazy because this is a 275, but pretty darn close.
Yeah, even compared to like, you know, the 255, it shouldn't be much skinnier than this tire.
That's pretty wild.
Like width-wise, you're only losing about 1.5 to 2
Yeah.
inches of contact patch.
Yeah, a little bit taller, but not much.
Well, that's like the right in between. This tire should fit no problem.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think that'll be the recipe, dude. I really hope so. Last time we were at the track, this thing definitely, as I was really trying to push it a little bit harder, started to smoke the clutch a little bit. We think we need a little bit more clamping force. What we had done on our monster clutch, just had to re-shim it, so we got a little bit more clamping pressure on it, and everything was good thereafter. I mean, my wheels are light, your wheels are light, but that doesn't stick. That is going to be the compound.
Yeah,
to make it work.
The compound they use on this is the same as like the 275 Pro tire they run, and it's a proven radial tire. And then rotating mass, if we can get a skinny on the front of it, just that less rotating mass.
For sure.
Probably 20-something pounds per wheel.
It just hit me too. I was thinking about this. Last, we never pulled the sway bar, and this thing's like super tight. We could be able to get this thing to 60 foot quite a bit better. I mean, a 175, we go down to a 155, and we've got a little bit more power. Dude, maybe there's like 660s.
On these IRS cars,
Yeah.
their sway bars a big thing.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
when I took my sway bars off the 240 when I first started drag racing that car, and it literally went from having almost zero separation in the front, took the sway bar off, and it went from having, you know, maybe 3 inches to like 3 foot of separation.
Yeah, dude.
And then I put a coilover on it, and it was a game changer after that.
It just never, ever occurred to me to do it on this.
Never been a drag purpose car.
I mean, that's just a couple bolts away. Right? So removing the sway bar does help the car weight transfer tremendously different. I really preach that a lot with customers that are in. They want to be able to cut down some time on 60 footing.
On getting a real line, you might want to add, what I've seen help a lot is add a 1/2 degree positive camber. So it's like this, and then when the car preloads and squat, it goes flat.
Let's take a look at this real quick here. Yeah, we just disconnect the end link right there on that side, and I don't think it's gonna weigh a lot. All right, fellas, so Ben is gonna be busy putting this other seat in, and we're, oh, what you doing here?
Pop up.
Nice, dude. You got brake caliper clearance? Hell yeah, dude. That looks awesome.
Pop your tire on there, so it looks like. You know, they were the cheapest 4-lug 15 by 8.5 inch wide rim I could find.
Yeah.
Because the 240 is a budget car. I was like, sure.
Dude, that looks great. I've always liked that style too.
I was like, I'll fit the car instead of buying a wheel that fits.
On a very good note, I gotta say, George, I really wanted to say a huge shout out to Monster Clutches because 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, just totally good. This thing has done whatever we want to do. Monster Clutches has definitely come through with this. Really been awesome.
Transmission, on the other hand, 6 out of 10.
Boo, no, 4. Thank you, last shit. Now, fellas, from our last video, once we had Uncle Sam rolling at the Freedom Factory, I don't know if you guys could really tell how rolly that thing really is, but it is a tremendously, George, I mean, you've been
rolly.
It is
Top heavy old girl.
I likened it once to riding an elephant.
Camel?
but-
Like the
A
Renaissance
camel,
Festival?
yes. I've said a
It's like
camel
riding a
too. So, what do you say, Laz? What's it like riding? A camel or an elephant?
All right, we'll go camel.
So, Laz, we're just saying, if we want to try and put a rear sway bar back on, which we do not have one, what are we going to have to do?
We Actually, because we're running Camaro cradle back here, so our sway bar position got in the way of where our trunk tub is. And we did trim this a little bit to begin with, so we just need to trim some more out of that.
I think we just trimmed that to make that fit, right?
Yes.
So this is kind of a little more meltage than what we had.
Yeah, saggy there for the last few laps.
Yeah, I had no idea that the bumper had fallen, but hey man, your bolts worked pretty good, and we just need a little bit more, maybe a couple more fastening points.
Yeah, there was only like 2 or 3.
It worked, so.
You couldn't find any black duct tape?
It was what they had at the Freedom Factory.
That's the salmon duct tape. That's the good stuff.
Man, I had so much fun, and I was so glad that the salmon duct tape lasted on Ruby for the longest time. That was so gratifying to put that across right there. It's like, man, I'm uglying up this car so much. I love it, you know?
I mean, it is a Corvette. It already comes ugly from the factory, but you just helped hard.
Yeah. Ouch.
Did I say that? Is that one of my thoughts that came out?
Along the same ideas of improving on some of the stuff of what we had with Uncle Sam, we want to try and get a more bitey pad. The handbrake actually did work great. We're going to try and do some pads, probably order them up today though, right? But we just need a little bit more initial bite. George, you're telling me if we put these tires on, I'm going to pull the wheels, is what you're saying, right?
Pretty much, all depends on the clutch. Oh, that dog will hunt.
That is sick, dude. Wow, that actually did pivot really good there.
Yeah.
So we had that huge gap on the inside right there, and Laz got it to weld and then peeled it back after the weld, basically. Yeah, so you still kind of got to hit the top side, but yeah, because it was kind of folded inward after the accident. Yeah, man, it's working.
I'll pry that one out and then just finish working this around.
I like it. It's straightening out quite a bit, so.
I've got everything off and loose right now, so we can still manipulate it.
Yeah, after, we don't want to make that a habit. The wife's Escalade, and it's just not really well becoming of.
Like this.
Yeah, it does, yeah. Thanks, Laz, for pointing that deep wound right there. While Laz is finishing up the welding over there on Uncle Sam, let's take a look at the Miata. And this looked great, dude. Love it.
Yeah, just getting that. I haven't had a ride in this thing yet, so I'm excited to put it.
Dude, that's definitely, yeah, we definitely got to do that. It is wild. So these are the Hans ones right here. These are a 2-inch rather than the 3-inch, and I like these a lot more than what I had.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I had these on mine, and I don't know when I'm gonna get back to
Yeah,
it,
they are
so.
really, really nice. So the other seat's about ready to go in.
Yep. Just gotta put it in place, drill 4 holes, bolt it to through the floor, back plate it.
We've kind of sandwiched that in between there. We have a plate that has been welded up on the front side, or sorry, on the top side, in between the seat right there. All right, Georgie, so in order to disconnect your front sway bar, the quick and dirty way.
Quick and dirty. You got your little end link right here with the bushings in it, right? Bingo, bango, bondo. Take your little nut off the back. Slap that baby down out of the way. Same thing on this side.
You might want to zip tie that to something, not necessarily the rack.
Yeah, they usually don't move around too much, but not saying they can't. But you know, if you got like a truck, like they would always snap on the big truck and then you just leave it forever. Take the other one off.
On this car, this is really the tightest car that we have, and be able to put more weight on the rear. So it's basically going to make the car weight transfer a lot easier and hit the rear tires a lot harder. So now we got these beautiful tires on it, man. Ooh. Let's go see how these things bite. Uncle Sam's getting some manscaping. Looking good, bud. Ton better, brother.
Yeah, they're not melted.
Yeah, that was pretty annoying. So gonna debird a little bit, and then it'll be ready to roll, right? That one's maybe a smidge higher. This one looks good though. I like that. Yeah, a little wave. Actually, you could probably sand that a little bit though too. So
So we got new cell tappers.
Got some washers.
Zip ties in the bottom, George screw in there. This one's actually, we got this screwed in through here.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll do some like tape, chrome, red tape.
Yeah, we got to get the salmon tape off there. That's must go. So tying up that back corner, like doing the same thing you did right there, is a really good idea. I like that. Yeah, something there.
Oh, it's a lack of inner fender.
Yeah, that is kind of piecing it together, isn't it? Aaron, before you go, I want to call it right here. All right, so you guys are finalizing the other seat right there.
Can you push down a little more, George? Right there. You can send it home.
Wow. Watch it suck up that aluminum right there.
Yeah, it's taking up all the slack here. I'm gonna just lap these off after.
Are you comfortable?
Captain overcoat.
I don't know if that's really moving.
You still bringing this thing to SEMA?
I don't think so.
Next one.
It was almost ready.
All right, I'm really enjoying today. We've got double duty. Oh man, that looks good, George. That really looks good.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, that looks so good. Knocked out a bunch of problems on the Miata right here and cleaned it up, tidied up the back. This thing was flopping around. We had some other stuff that was just needed to be cleaned up in general. Still have a little bit of work to do, but man, George, this is actually a lot of good headway here today.
She's ready to rip now, dude.
We still have some checklists that we got to do for tomorrow and the next day. Namely, we got to be able to get this thing aligned. That's one of the big things, and we got to be able to do some clutch adjustment. Not the easiest thing. Could take a little while. Now over here, last time we were at the track, we really did want to be able to run this thing with the lights on. Unfortunately, what are you finding?
It's a wiring mess.
Yeah.
We got power going everywhere it needs to go. Just need to find out why they're not coming on.
But you'll figure it out. So I think at the moment, though, I think we should go for a ride. Yeah.
Sneaking me out.
All right, so we got our brake pads coming, and that'll be in a couple days. I'm really looking forward to that, too. I mean, went with something pretty aggressive from Hawk. All right, so we got this welded up, and that is also something that we really needed to be able to do. We opened up the hole a little bit right there, and that should be able to breathe a little bit better, make it a little easier to put fuel. Fuel. Oh yeah, you get it back there bad. We had been safety third. All right, so we're trying to make an effort to be a little bit more safe. We've had some little close calls here and there and stuff, so by the grace of God, we've been able to
walk
pretty much, yeah,
and live to see another day.
Yeah, so we're going over to Showtime Speedway. That's 2 blocks away. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that before. And this is a cage car, even though we got all this here. I think it's a prudent decision to wear a helmet. So that's what we're gonna do. This harness is awesome.
Oh, dude,
I mean, I'm like,
that.
it is really good. Got it. I'm so blown away at the startup with methanol though.
That's good.
I mean, it's just crazy.
It runs just like normal.
Like you would never know at all. Oh, we got that.
All right. Oh, it's a Miata, dude.
I wonder if we can get the tires hot and see if we can get it to grip a little bit.
Sounds like a good plan. Don't you just want a road course and go?
Yeah, dude. It's definitely, you can tell the difference with the sway bar off.
Yeah. it rips it. It definitely rips. It felt good. Didn't smell good, but it felt good.
We're just a little. Well, fellas, it has been an incredible day. We got a ton of work done, fixed so many different problems on Uncle Sam and the Miata as well. Now, between the exhaust leaks and the bumper falling off and the fuel line, as well as the bent drive shaft bolts, all of those could have been a major catastrophe. However, thank God everything worked out all right, and I'm so glad that the Miata is up and ripping. We've got our other seat in there. If everything goes well, we can hopefully take this thing to the track on Wednesday, and if not, we got some pretty neat stuff coming up for our twin-turbo all-wheel drive S10, known as Frank. Can't wait to share that with you guys. Also want to remind you guys that throughout this month of June, we are giving away 2 MPVI2s. It is incredibly user-friendly software, and it will allow you to tune your own vehicle, and they have some amazing online support to help you be able to do that. And we are randomly giving away those MPVI2s, and we thank you guys so much for the support of what you've done. A huge thank you to Cove for supporting us and sponsoring this video. Do check out the link in the description right there and use FP67 in order to be able to get your 67% discount. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us. This has been awesome. We're making things better every single day. See you guys next video.